how are you? It's Dr. Muso. Today I am in Cape Town. I want to talk about the weapons that were used during the World War One. So here now we have got an artillery signifying those weapons that were used during the World War One. And we are seeing here, it is written the World War One, which started in 1914, and this war it ended in 1918. There are a number of reasons that led European powers to be involved in the war in 1914. We see that in 1914, on the Sarajevo incident, what happened? We see that Franz Ferdinand was killed. When Franz Ferdinand was killed, we see that it sparked the beginning of the World War One. So here now we are seeing that when the war started now, so many European powers now started to fight against each other. What were the other causes that led European powers to fight against each other? We talk about the alliance system. Europe was eventually divided into two camps, the Triple Alliance and the Triple Entente. So the alliance system, it led to the World War One. You talk also about militarism. European powers, they were producing ammunition, they were producing guns in large numbers. So producing guns in large numbers, it created a war-like environment. And we are seeing here one of the weapons that they had to use during the World War One. So militarism, or the arms race, it led to the World War One. You move on, you also talk about the naval race. Britain, we see that it started to produce the first warship, which was known as the Dreadnought. So when it produced the Dreadnought, Germany also started to produce the similar Dreadnoughts, and that endangered Europe. Why? It was because of the competition that was now taking place between Germany and Britain. So the naval race, it led to the World War One. You move on, you also talk about nationalism problems that were taking place in Turkey. Turkey, which was known as the Ottoman Empire, or the sick man of Europe. So because of that now, powers, or European powers, they started to fight over territories that were in Turkey. These were known as the Balkan states. So when they were fighting over the Balkan states, it resulted in the Bosnian crisis of 1908, whereby Austria-Hungary had to clash with Russia over the issue of Bosnia. Then you move on, you also talk about the First Balkan War of 1912, whereby the members of the Triple Alliance and the members of the Triple Entente, they clashed against each other. You move on, you also talk about the Second Balkan Crisis in 1913. So that on its own now, it led Europe to be divided into so many camps, leading to the war in 1914. And eventually, European powers, they fought against each other. Why? Because of the Sarajevo incident, which took place in 1914. So that on its own now sparked the World War One, and we see European powers now killing each other, killing people in this so-called the World War One. So they fought as members of the Allied powers, and they also fought as the major, or the central powers. That is what we have on the World War One. Thank you so much. It's Dr. Muso.